Recently I bought this one. I sold it separately, and this was for cooking eggs. So after a lot of research I realized that the eggs are the safest things, I mean, in sense of room temperature keeping in a cave, as I don't have a fridge. So in Portugal they don't wash eggs before putting on sale, so they last for a couple of weeks. But of course I have to keep everything nicely packed and no smells around for animals. These are nice animals, they keep me clean from bugs. Little bit from ants as well, but ants actually an issue now. Recently I discovered there were a lot of ants around here, around the shower bottles, so I had to use the vinegar solution, 50% water, 50 of vinegar. This is white vinegar. So I made a solution and I spray it around these bottles. There is only one place to come here, which is up there, or maybe even from here, but I don't see them coming. I don't see a trace of this. This morning I heard huge trampling sounds, like boom, 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 in my cave, and I'm exaggerating, of course, that's a joke. I just saw a huge trace of here, just half an hour ago. Huge line of ants carrying eggs. So so far I've seen, for almost 2 years, I've seen all around here. One trace here, behind there, but they kept away from my stuff. They've been all around. But recently they began having movements here, so I had to, you see one. So this morning I sprayed again the vinegar here as well, vinegar solution, to keep them away, because they don't like the smell of vinegar. It removes their own traces, so I have no choice than to keep watch all the time. And so far they haven't been in my power station, because power stations actually have opened here ventilation holes. So far, as I've been looking regularly, if there are any movements, now I see movements of ants here too. That's the problem now. Yes, I see. They may make a nest inside the power station. But power station, if I use it regularly, another one is here. This is in reserve right now. It gets hot. I mean, ventilation starts to work, so they wouldn't like that. In winter it's good and warm for them, but when ventilation goes up, it means that it's hot inside there. They wouldn't stay there. But I have no solution for ants. I can't spray vinegar on my power station. On my security cameras in garden in winter, there were many times I had to open the security camera and clean out the ants from inside and change the location of cameras. But that's an issue. When you live in nature, it's nice and beautiful here, but you have to deal with mice, birds making mess, and now ants as well. I have for mice small ones, just to scare them away, and these ones don't kill, because mice are big enough for these small traps. But anyway, the ants are an issue now, so I have to make a research and to find out how can I keep them away from my technology. electronics here. And I've been very careful not to leave any food behind, and I'm carrying all food what's even gives a little bit of smell from rodents and everything. I carry the residue away every day after having some organic material here. But when it's just paper, then I don't mind. But as soon as I have some organic residue, I immediately in the morning throw it out. But what to do now with the ants? That's an issue. And now I'm running after potable water because the waterfall is coming again. I see water rising here. It's much higher than yesterday. It's going to a overflow pipe there already. And here is muddy water, so it's clear sign that waterfall is coming over the cliff very soon. In a couple of hours maybe already. And for 24 hours I'll be here under the waterfall. But that's okay, that's good for garden. But now I'm thinking, should I build the protection for a cave inside here from the water as there behind. I'll show you from old videos you've seen here. This one, if I'm gonna build everywhere, then probably it's gonna be too dry for ants, because so far, time to time when water drips here, it doesn't let the ants to settle in my cave. They don't like the humidity so much. So, and when its floor is all over like 1 centimeter sometimes water here, so it's good against ants. But the point is now, yeah, I also have to deal with the mosquitoes here, but that issue is coming now in the spring. In winter it has been less. Yeah, I have an issue to deal with now, to figure out how to fix the issue with ants here. There is nothing to eat, they just find a trace to move around here, a shortcut for the walkways. So no idea, I got to think about. I'm having a quick coffee before going to bring some water. But here I've seen sometimes, once, twice a week, I've seen a couple of ants here moving around. But they are just scouting, they are trying to find something edible. Because here are some food stuff inside boxes and bottles or kind of, I don't know how we call it, jars. But they are all hermetic, and they can't access, they can smell, because when I eat here I definitely have some residue of a little bit. But as soon after eating, like here, several layers of plastic, so if there is nothing serious, when to avoid any crumbs for ants, I just take the top layers of paper, I put them in a plastic bag to throw away, and then I put the new layers of paper here, paper towels. And when really something drips, or drips of coffee or some other food permeates a little bit, then I throw away everything, and sometimes I change even the entire plastic, I put new plastic, so nothing is here edible, I mean, for ants. But we are still scouting, because smells stay around, smells permeate into everything a little bit, and ants, they smell it, so we're just looking around here. But why they decided to make a home here, to move in to my place, I don't know. Like this spray will last only for half a day or 1 day. After they'll be back here if I like the location. So I have to keep watch on this area now, because here been, as I said, big movement, just a large line of ants carrying eggs. So they've been moving the nest. Some are still there, I can see. So the point is that there is no way around it. If you want to live in nature, and I love it here, beautiful. I mean, if you live in a closed door environment in a house, all the paints and plastic clothes and I mean non-organic stuff, anything, materials, building materials, they all evaporate some toxic materials, so you're breathing it in without knowing. When you go somewhere in a new house, freshly painted, you can smell what you're gonna breathe in, but you go for a moment only and you go out. But when the paint is dried and little bit aired already, you don't necessarily feel it, but you'll be breathing it every single day. So living in nature is definitely better for health. I do have some non-organic materials here which are not the best for health, but I also have a lot of ventilation, air is going around, and the best sign that it's good is the animals who are around. I mean geckos and ants, so they are at the same time good sign that you have something good environment to live in, but they are nuisance. Yeah, I told that I used that for boiling eggs, but I didn't show. I have 2 small electric stoves there, only 400 watts, so enough, good for power station. And that's why I first boil with the electric water boiler. I boil the water here, I put hot water. No, I don't remember how to do it. Yeah, I tried several methods. I put with cold water, and then I boiled up, but it takes too much energy. I realized too much time and too much power station energy. So I switched the method. I put eggs inside, then I boil water here, and I drop boiled water, and then I keep boiling with the electric stove. But yesterday I tried also a third method. I boiled 4 times actually I boiled water. So I made water boiling, and I dropped boiled water in to the eggs. So after a few minutes I changed the water. I threw cool down water out. I put second time boiling water inside, and when I did it 4 times, the eggs came perfectly fine. So I don't even need to use the stove. And the stove is thinking that it has also holes all around, so as ants are moving around, I have to pack every time the stove away after it's used and cooled down. And not only that, because as I have sometimes with the waterfall, I have here the water dropping from the ceiling, and every centimeter is counted here, so I can't keep anything. Here is already water dripping, so I have to put this on top of it. This I have to move away from dripping water from up there, and for a day or 2 I have to just wait until the water stops dripping, and then for a couple of weeks I'm dry again here and can put the things up there. So it's a constant change, constant hustle, but I like it, definitely. I like it. It's better than with nothing at all. I mean, living on a street, because I've done it in countless places in the world. Just living in a tent, and it's even more mess, because under the tent is accumulating humidity, and sometimes animals. In once close to Siberia in Russia many years ago, I was just roadside. I was put the tent up and put some dry branches underneath the tent and covered with leaves and put the tent on top of it. So at night I woke up with a snake crawling underneath me. So the cave is definitely better for that, and I don't have any snakes. I haven't seen any snakes here, but I mean, it's a lovely place. It's just wonderful. If I can make it even more comfortable little by little. But right now it's already good. I mean, with all the electricity, etc. So I don't complain. The point is that it's sometimes it's hustle with the life that's going on around and in the cave. I mean, tiny crawlies, tiny ones and not so tiny ones sometimes. So That's a thing to deal with. Now I finished the coffee, and immediately after I had to wash the cup completely with some product, because cleaning product, because I tried, like in Italy I lived for several years, and I learned there that Italians don't like to wash their cups, the coffee cups with products, they just with water as well. They are very sensitive. Italians use coffee cups for coffee only. Maybe not maybe not everywhere, but in places where I lived, and they teach me that you never wash cups which you not metallic usually. I use metal here because of safety, but glass or porcelain or whatever they use, very ceramic, they don't wash with products, washing products. Here I have no choice, because I tried wash only with water, clean it as much as I could and just leave it like that, but hands are so sensitive that even with cleaned with water cup, they smell the residue. Even when I drink coffee without any sweeteners, just a pure soluble decaffeinated coffee. I don't drink full coffee here in cave, maybe only outside when I go sometimes, but here I drink only decaf coffee, and this still gives hands strong enough smell, washed coffee cup without any products, and that they come and they start to move around here. So here I have to be hyper clean. Everything is so clean that nobody could fancy the place for some snacks here. No animals, no bugs. And I'm keeping look here, little, maybe it's not visible on camera, I already see little drop of coffee, little bit yellowish. So that's already to be discarded, because even though it's not still dangerous for animals, they cannot eat it, it just attracts by the smell. So immediately I change and keep it hyper clean. But about the washing the cup, I'm thinking maybe I should get some hermetic box. This is not completely hermetic, but the jars are hermetic here, where food is in. But maybe I should get a big box which is hermetic, and keep my coffee cups and stuff without using cleaning product every time inside the hermetic box, so they wouldn't get in there. So that's one solution to do that. Here is just salt water, a little bit of salt. Previously, when I didn't have boiling water boiler, and I didn't have any electricity here yet, I couldn't make me hot coffee. So I used this jar, hermetic jar, for soluble coffee, and in couple of hours, when you put even in cold water, it was good for a couple of days just to drink. But now I'm using it for salt water. It's better than plain water for your health. So your minerals in salt keep the heart better. So I learned it in Tahiti. I was in almost a year, 9 months I was living and working in Tahiti, in French Polynesia, and many people there die in jungles because they drink pure water. When they go to, in hot climate, they go to their hills, and there are not high mountains, but still it's hard for elderly people, and many people died of heart attacks because they didn't take salt. So I learned there from locals that when you go anywhere out, you better take some salty snacks or some mineral water which is has some salt inside, to keep your hot electricity or your conductance on safe levels of yourself. If you drink just a pure water for not eating anything, it's quite dangerous actually. That's why drinking from natural water sources in rivers, and they have all the natural water sources, they have minerals inside them. It's not pure water, even with some organic material which you can't see, but it's still safer than bottled water. Because even if you drink from water source in a mountain somewhere, your stomach acts it neutralizing all bacteria usually. Maybe not all viruses, but it's rare. You are built for millions of years, you're grown up living from natural water sources. So anyway, I'm going too long to talk now. The point is that when I began this part of a video is that I have to clean everything, hyper clean here, everything sealed boxes and sealed bottles and no traces left behind, anything. I must be more clean than even though I live in cave, I suppose I have to be here even more clean than people who live outside. They leave their dirty dishes into things, so that I can't do that. Immediately after cleaning is a total cleanup, looking after every tiny trace of food anywhere and removing it not to attract any animals. So even it looks like I'm living in a wild kind of situation in a sense of nature is perfectly clean here, as much as the nature allows me. Weather outside is just wonderful. Even though in Portugal and Spain and Italy I looked at news that there have been huge storms and heavy rain. Here in Funchal, even the vegetation on the fence hasn't grown much, as it hasn't been so much rain now. I think 2 weeks ago something I cut it back, so it's been not much growth here. Inside I haven't cut now for perhaps several months, maybe half a year even, on purpose. I leave it here, otherwise it will be too transparent if I cut from both sides. And a little bit I'm cutting back only when these spots begin to cling too far, then I cut back these spots only. But it doesn't bother me like this, and it doesn't block the solar panels neither, so all good. Looks good to me, everything here. You see the garden there, how it's cut back the vegetation, and here it hasn't been cut for a while now. Recently I showed already in video, but just to show again how big is difference if you don't do nothing regularly. Sometimes the services here, city services, cut them back, but only once in a few months. Look at the lamp, all covered. That's how fast it grows here in Madeira. So my way to go now is this way. Beautiful walk, nice view. Just behind the corner I have to turn back and come this road. This is below visible, there is car moving now. Come back this road in front of a fire station here, turn back, and below that bridge there is one comfortable water source to take water. That's where I get usually my water from. My place is there up the hill, under the rock there, all the way from there to back here. Then I have 5 liters, 5 and more, almost 10. So it's today is like 20 liters, not 25. Sometimes I have more. Weather is getting warm already. Just coming up the hill I feel not completely sweaty, but dripping already. So it's nice, summer is coming here in Madeira already, and I'm safe with water for a couple of days. 18.5 liters of water today. Last time when it began getting muddy, the water here, it stopped. It didn't come over the cliff. So it doesn't look, I can even see by the speed of the water that it's not very fast, so quite possible it will not come over a cliff this time neither. But you never know, I have to be prepared just in case if it does. So that's it for today, for my story. Oh yeah, don't forget to make donations to me. There is a donation option on my website. Then I can buy some time to make more research and have more time to post new articles. As well, every day I have to go out to get some food from social places. For weekends, like today for example, I have some snacks. So sometimes I can afford to stay a couple of days without going out, but I have to go out after the water anyway. I was thinking that about the water. There exist like 1,000, 2,000 euros water condensator from air for potable water. They take a little bit of electricity, maybe will be enough for maybe enough power on my power stations to support it. But then again I thought, of course I don't have this money to spend, but if I buy one and put somewhere, then the same issue will begin with ants and other crawlies here that we can maybe clog the mechanisms, and I have to find maybe some even more expensive ones which are element proof from rain, from dust, from everything. Then I can take this kind of system here to get potable water without going every day. But I mentioned also, I made a research, it will be sterile water. Then I have to mineralize that, because drinking sterile water is not so good for health. So for me anyway, I have to go down the hill, bring some potable water every day almost. But yeah, you can still make me donations. So I have to spend less time on going other places, like getting food from social services and staying in queues there, and sometimes it takes just 3-4 hours just to go, stay in the queue, wait to eat and to come back. So that's a hassle. Every day I have to, every weekday almost, I have to go through. And of course sometimes I have to take a proper shower, not only these small shower bottles that I do daily here, but sometimes I go to a proper shower to social places, and that's again time. That takes half a day, because I have to go early morning to write my name down, otherwise there will be full if I go just to take shower. So I have to be early, write the name down, when to wait a few hours, when to get to a shower, when to take shower, and then to come back. So it takes sometimes 4 or 5 hours just to get me clean, properly clean, not on military style as I do here. So I'm enjoying that, the life here in Madeira, because of nature, weather, but the hustle means that I just don't have enough time for my research and for posting articles. I've got some unpleasant news. I put a little bit of vinegar here, sides, just to make ants less interested. Spray it just on sides when it was still connected there in the cave. It was connected to solar panels, and it was still charging, and I saw it was something like 70%, and after spraying the ants, there were only few, like 5 or something like that, after spraying the ants, it suddenly switched to 100%. So it may mean that some of the ants which were with the vinegar solution went inside and shortcutted something there, so it shows wrong now. Now I used it a little bit, and then I decided to disconnect everything. Basically, I switched off first. So disconnect everything, all the cables from behind, and pull it out. And I saw some ants moving around, but only few. But just to make sure, I began opening it. I've seen videos. Because if there are ants inside and already there is some shortcut, it may reset by itself later, but after discharging and recharging. But when there are ants inside, then the warranty is void anyway. I cannot bring it to guarantee reparation. So, as there are ants inside, I tried to move a little bit the lid. I've seen videos how to open it. I began opening it, and as soon as I moved a little bit because this plate comes off and there are screws below, so I can look what's inside. But as soon as I began moving it like that, there immediately began a lot of ants coming out from here. So that means that there are some ants inside. You see, moving out already. So it means that I have to clean myself this thing, not to bring it to warranty reparation together with all the ants inside. Yeah, look at that. So basically, it is possible to let it outside for a while and ants will go away by themselves. Takes a little bit of time, but look at that. So there is a nest inside the power station already, which is definitely not a good news. I must take it off myself because anyway, there is no more warranty on that after I've been tampering with that. Look at that. Look at that. How did we get this side? I don't know, because here is no direct. Okay, there are some holes inside. Wow, that's not good. Anyway, I put the camera down, I unscrew it, and we'll see what's inside. And they have eggs as well. They are carrying eggs around. I did a regular check every couple of days. I looked properly the size. If there is any movement. I didn't see any ant movements up to today, but the ants are fast. In just one day they can occupy a space somewhere. But hopefully it will work after I clean it up from ants. We'll see. I'll try to open that. As a precaution, I sprayed some vinegar on sides of here as well, but it just the ventilation entrance. But mostly the problem it's not solved with that ventilation entrance only, because we have plug entrances and they can get in other ways as well. But the other one is reserve. I don't use it every day. Just once in a couple of months I use it, I empty it and recharge it. But now I have to use the reserve one. But the point is that ants will not go there in winter. I bought it last summer, I guess, somewhere. Don't remember, but it's been quite a few months now. And when outside is temperature same like this one, or even this one gets hotter in summer, then ants don't come here. They come only in winter, same as with my security cameras, when ants are hanging all around there, because they are warmer than the outside temperature, which is 10-15 degrees Celsius at night. So in summer they would go away because it gets too hot and ventilation will start to work. But in winter now I don't want them to get a big mess, because it's warmer than outside, and then they find a warmer spot somewhere inside here. And well, when I cool it down, I let it stay without using for a week maybe, they will be all gone, but we will find a warmer spot somewhere else. But right now it's an issue when outside is still cold and we want to find some warmer spot. At the moment it looks not too bad for me. Ah, yeah, there are some ants. Yes, there are some ants. So we are somewhere farther below. I have no idea how to get them out of here. I don't want to begin unscrewing everything unless absolutely necessary. Yeah, even on the ventilator side here. So technically maybe I just leave them to run away by themselves and carry away all the eggs from there. That's what they are doing right now, I can see already. Carrying around the eggs. Blow some air maybe somehow. But I don't have any air blower. I don't have any air blower here. I need to do it carefully myself. Yeah, a lot of ants. Well, that's what it is. So in the cave I cannot buy more technology here. This is necessary. I mean, I need electricity, but to buy more stuff which is not absolutely needed is not a good idea. So we'll see. I leave it open for a moment, and later I close it and let it outside just to cool down, not to be warm, for a comfortable being for ants, and bring it inside the cave where it's a little bit colder, so they will go away by themselves in theory. But yeah, that's interesting that they've been so fast occupying the power station. Or, as I've been watching only the sides from the ventilation holes there, maybe they found a way from somewhere in connectors here, and that's why I didn't see them moving around. Everything is possible, but technically it's not a big issue if I just let it sit outside and let the ants go away. So what I can do now is just to leave this power station on this metal box, so it doesn't transfer much heat from the rocks if there is still some heat inside from the last summer. And when outside temperature is actually quite warm now, but anyway, ants will need some food, so they will not stay there inside forever. They will start to move around, and then I can see the traces. They're moving, and I can spray this metal box with vinegar, just not to like this spot. But they will have to go out from the power station anyway. They have no choice, and then they will not like to come back if everything is sprayed with vinegar here at the bottom. So that's a choice, and I can use meanwhile another power station. But that's what I'm dealing here with. There is always something to take care of something happening, which is life. I mean, what would be the life worth if there would be absolutely nothing to do? If there be no issues at life at all, it will not be a life. It will be just being as a plant, staying in one place. But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. So, in any case, don't forget to make some donations. You have spare money, nothing to do with, or have too much money and want to just feel better about yourself helping others.